everybody. Thank you for tuning into the GSMC Hoops and Heels Women's Sports Podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. My name is Samantha Genzer, and I'm going to be your show host for today. We have a very exciting episode for you guys. We're going to be covering the reality behind the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders, featuring social media comments and a review of the America's Sweetheart docuseries. Then we'll be ranking the women's basketball teams in the Olympics, talking about iconic gymnasts in past Olympics, the roster for the Team USA sitting volleyball team in the Paralympics, and make sure you guys stay to the end of the show to hear about these sports the U.S. is still trying to secure an Olympic gold medal in. Before we begin, I wanted to ask you guys to like and follow the show and to become a part of our show to tip and donate using the link GSMCPodcast.net. Also, we do get a lot of questions that come from viewers during the show, so to ensure that your questions get read on the air, I ask that you use the link GSMCPodcast.net. This puts your questions and comments at the top of the list so that I see them, and of course, it really helps the show. Again, the link is GSMCPodcast.net. Now, let's get started. I hope you guys enjoy today's content. Okay, so we're starting today's show by talking about the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders. I'm a huge fan of them, and I've been following them for a long time. Their docu-series just came out last month, and a lot of people on social media have been talking about it. The show is titled America's Sweethearts. The docu-series features their audition process, their everyday routine, and training camp. The docu-series has a total of 7 episodes. Episode 1 was about their auditions, and then episode 2 continues their auditions, like part 2 of it. Episode 3 is about the whole makeover process after making the team, then they all learn the iconic dances. Episode 4 is about the cheerleaders getting their uniforms and training camp. Episode 5 shows the preparation before their preseason game performance. You can see the amount of stress they're under really in that episode. A lot. And then in episode 6, it shows their off the field routine, what they're doing outside their 9-to-5 job of being a cheerleader. And lastly, episode 7 features past alumni and shows the community the girls all build together. It's a beautiful way to end the series. After this docuseries was released, it provoked a lot of mixed reactions on social media, and one of the main reactions that people have had is that the series is sad. A lot sadder than it intended to be. Some say the show has them feeling sad after witnessing the cheerleaders' challenging working environment. On the other side, some fans are equally inspired by the cheerleaders' work ethic and effervescent personalities, and they're hoping for another season. So let's take a look at what some people are saying after watching this show. One ex-user wrote, quote, "I expected to watch America's Sweethearts, the Netflix documentary on the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders, with horrified fascination, but not admiration. There are a limited number of spots on the cheerleading squad, so not everyone who auditions makes it, obviously. Watching all the effort that so many women put into the process only to get cut was emotional for some viewers, and that definitely was a hard part for me to watch." One ex-user wrote, quote, "America's Sweethearts makes me sad. I'm only on the 2nd episode and I've cried like 4 times, LOL," unquote. Viewers also get to see the mental toll the audition process has on many cheerleaders, since many of them have dreamed about joining the squad for years. So another ex-user wrote, quote, "Just binge watch the #America's Sweethearts docuseries and all I feel is incredibly sad for them all," unquote. One returning cheerleader, Victoria Kalina, opened up about her challenges with an eating disorder and discussed the pressure that members of the squad experience to look a certain way. Moments like this really hit home with many viewers. An ex-user wrote, quote, "So basically, DCC is perpetuating all the things women have fought years to change: equal pay, diversity in both race and body type, driving beautiful, talented women to depression, low self-worth, and eating disorders. But go Cowboys, right?" Unquote. And I'm going to return basically to some of the stuff that quote said later. Anyway, so many viewers were shocked by the cheerleader salary. Training to be a Dallas Cowboys cheerleader takes a lot of time and effort, so you might assume that members of the squad are paid like full-time employees, and they're also making good revenue for the team itself and also are getting so much attention, but they're just not making much money at all, which is really unfortunate and really sad. However, a few of the cheerleaders discuss how they actually have full-time jobs outside of being a cheerleader, since they earn such low wages from their cheering duties. America's Sweetheart is a lot sadder than I thought it was going to be, and I don't think it intended to be sad. I think this was just, I don't really know what the intention was. I think it might have just, wanted to show their day-to-day routine, the training camp, the process, the huge sacrifice people have to take, but I don't think it was meant to be this sad, is kind of what it seemed like. One ex-user wrote, quote, "America's sweetheart just made me sad for these girls, and the Jones, who are the owner of the Dallas Cowboys, family paying them so little because it's about the privilege of being on the team is so tone deaf," unquote. And yeah, I agree with that. Some social media users also suggested that the cheerleaders should consider starting a union so they can seek better pay and benefits. And one person commented, quote, "The Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders needs to unionize and fast. America's sweethearts are exploited," unquote. Some ex-users pointed out the intense time commitment involved with being a member of the squad and the physical toll it takes on the women's bodies. One wrote, quote, "They need a union and a lawyer. These women were physically damaged in their early 20s and barely paid under cover of a glossy dream," unquote. Despite the criticism the show has received, many viewers said they thoroughly enjoyed it and hope Netflix brings it back for another season. One wrote, quote, "I hope Netflix does another season of America's Sweethearts. I don't care about football, but these women have stolen my heart," unquote. And then some viewers said they weren't expecting to like the show as much as they did. Someone wrote, quote, "America's Sweethearts on Netflix. I remember just putting it on for the background. I ended up being hooked," unquote. So because I had been following the DCC for a while, I was actually aware of how little they get paid, the intense pressure they're under, including with their bodies and health, and the amount of work they have put in to make the team itself, the training camp process and all of that. So before I dive more into this, I want to make it clear that I love the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders. I love watching them, and I love all the girls individually. But there are certain things within the organization that I feel deserve to be noted. In the early days of professional cheerleading, women were often judged primarily on their appearance, and this was in a lot of jobs, jobs that were televised and for media outlets rather than behind the scenes. They're judged primarily on their appearance. The ideal cheerleader body was expected to have a slender toned physique, perfect hair, and a polished look that aligned with traditional beauty standards. Over time, there was a push towards more inclusivity and body positivity, with an increasing recognition of the importance of athleticism and diverse body types. Despite these advances, the DCC and similar organizations appear to uphold outdated body standards. Cheerleaders are often required to maintain a specific body type that fits a narrow definition of beauty. This includes maintaining a certain weight, muscle tone, and overall physical appearance, which can lead to significant pressure and unhealthy practices. The pressure to conform to these standards can have detrimental effects on the health of the cheerleaders. Many face issues such as eating disorders, anxiety, and body dysmorphia as they, strive to meet those ridiculous physical expectations. This focus on appearance over athletic ability and well-being is a step back from the progress made in promoting body positivity and mental health awareness. I feel as a society that has gotten more increased attention over the years is body positivity and mental health awareness. But it seems that the DCC organization itself has not really improved upon that, if that makes sense. Likewise, historically, professional cheerleaders have been underpaid compared to their male counterparts and other professionals in the sport industry. Many cheerleaders have reported earning minimum wage or less, with some only receiving compensation for game days and not for the extensive hours spent in practice, community events, or promotional appearances. Unfortunately, the situation has not improved significantly over the years. The DCC, despite their iconic status and the significant revenue they do generate, continue to receive low pay. This inadequate compensation does not reflect the time, effort, and physical toll of their work. The disparity between their pay and that of other employees within the sports organization is stark and really troubling. Cheerleaders are expected to uphold a certain image both on and off the field. This includes maintaining a polished appearance, exhibiting a positive attitude, and adhering to conduct guidelines set by the organization. And you will see that in other clips of their training camp and stuff on how people get excused sometimes because they were fraternizing with the football, something like that. It's just you have to uphold these certain attitudes and reflect the standards and guidelines of the organization. I understand that whole purpose, but sometimes these standards set by the organization are too high and just really mentally draining for these cheerleaders. And literally any deviation can result in disciplinary action or dismissal. And it makes me really sad to see that people will get dismissed if they don't uphold that perfect and almost unattainable standard. To address these issues, there needs to be a concerted effort from sports organizations, fans, and advocacy groups, implementing fair pay practices, promoting positive positivity, and recognizing the athletic and professional contributions of cheerleaders are essential steps. By addressing these concerns, we can move forward towards a more inclusive and equitable environment for all professionals in the sports industry. Despite the challenges and controversies, the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders hold a special place in my heart. I want to make that clear. I admire their dedication, talent, and spirit that these women bring to the field. The DCC represent a unique blend of athleticism, performance, and tradition, embodying the essence of cheerleading at its highest level. Their routines are not only technically impressive, but also electrifying, showcasing their hard work and passion, and they have this iconic dances that we all are obsessed with. Like, their camaraderie and team spirit they display are truly inspiring, and their presence adds a dynamic and engaging element to the Dallas Cowboy games. For me, the DCC symbolizes resilience and excellence, making them an integral and cherished part of the sports experience. And I'm not a fan of football. I'm not someone who keeps up with football, to be honest. Not soccer. I'm not talking about soccer. I'm talking about American football. Clearly, we're talking about it. But I will go to a Dallas Cowboy game to go see the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders. I will go to their performances. I like watching them. They make the team to me as someone who's not a football fan. So we're now going to move into the next segment where we talk about the Olympic women's basketball teams and how I would rank them. Before we get into that, we're going to be taking a very short break. So I will see you guys very soon.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on their fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the basement. Statement, the top is so vacant. I don't hear shit that I think is amazing. Waiting for my day when I'm playing sold out shows where 1,000 faces. Hey, give me that crown, get in my way and to be put down. It ain't your place, all this my town. If I want that shit, then I'll get it right now. I'm losing it, the noose it fits. I'm losing shit, a stupid myth. You choose to live or choose to dip. You choose to fight or lose your grip and lose a gift. Oh,
I feel like I'm losing